What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Come on in, come on in. Got a show for y'all, man. Just stepping back. I know I ain't it's been a minute since I got a chance to do a podcast with my guy T Will, and we got some things to talk about today. We haven't talked about those Atlanta Hawks today. Well, I know, of course, y'all been following me on Hawks Digest. Y'all like, well, Tip, you talk about them all the time, but over here on A1 Forever Sports, and we also have another special thing going on today. The MLB Hall of Fame election announcements will be hopefully momentarily, but we're going to get into the Atlanta Hawks first. And before I get into that, I want to say what's good to you, Will. How you feeling? Let the people know what's up.
Hello to everybody in the chat. Chris, what up, man? Thank you for having me on your show. And hey, man, all is well. Excited to talk about these Hawks and hopefully, prayerfully, uh, Andrew Jones can pass into the hallowed halls of the Hall of Fame, for which he truly deserves, man. So super excited about that. And yeah, man, super excited to be here.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I got actually the MLB network. I got it actually on. I'm kind of like looking at they're up there chatting, and they've been chatting up there since 4 o'clock. I thought the announcement was going to be at 4, but no, the coverage was starting at 4.
At 4, right? There's some chatty Cathys tonight. I'll say that they're doing more chatting than anything, but hopefully we'll find out soon, right?
Right. It should be coming down at any given time. But again, like I said, starting off, want to start this thing off right, and it's what's wrong with the Hawks. What is wrong with our Atlanta Hawks? Let's talk about our Atlanta Hawks for a second there, T. Will. And when you look at it, the past few games have been pretty tough for Atlanta. Especially that last one with the Bucks losing that one by 2. That one came down to the wire. Atlanta fought back, but overall, the Atlanta Hawks are looking for a win. It's been since January 11th, since the last time they won a game against the Golden State Warriors on the road. Being those road Warriors, and the Hawks are a better road team this year, kind of by default because they've played some of the most road games in the NBA. But still, at that same token, it's like they're better on the road than it is at home so far. And right now, man, the Hawks are on a 4-game skid. And they made this trade, and they now are 1-4 since the trade. So it's what is going on with the Atlanta Hawks? We thought that, well, at least the narrative was Trae Young was the problem. We get rid of Trae Young, and that's probably going to, have the Hawks improving and being better. The narrative was built about the wins and the win total, how the Hawks were winning more games without Trae Young. Not talking about the level of the competition, but at the same time, I understand because it's the NBA and that's the best of the best of type of competition. But still, the Atlanta Hawks are starting to look a little worse than before. And guys' numbers are starting to dip. Their production is starting to slip here and there. And it is ultimately just what is wrong with the Atlanta Hawks. Right before you answer that, though, T. Will, let's take a moment to acknowledge the chat and my guy DJ Big Q in the chat. What's good, family? Also, who else we got here? Robert Blackman in the chat. What's happening, Robert? How you feeling? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Q says we're still missing a true big man, and that's a man. We are, and that's nobody. It's like it's crazy how like that should be the more topic of discussion than anything, but that's where we are. But T. Will, man, just from this little small sample size, because that is what it is. Since the trade, 1-4 since the trade, man. Trae Young's out of here, so now what are similar problems, or what is the new problems that you're starting to see with the Atlanta Hawks?
What I see, and again, I am not as astute in the game of basketball or the sport of basketball as you are, sir. So I say this with a modicum of respect, humbly, in my opinion, the spacing, specifically when McCullough is in there, is awful. It's just awful. So when the Hawks were doing their what do the young kids say? When the Hawks were doing their big one, when the Hawks were out there getting it, when the Hawks were aura farming, is that what the kids say, Chris? When the Hawks were out there doing their thing, man, the spacing was great. It was come down, pass the ball, a lot of passes, and then a wide open shot, which you see a lot of teams do that. Now with CJ McCollum, it's more ISO, right? And that's good for CJ. You can get your 20 points, but you don't get Kennard warmed up. You don't get Kisner warmed up. You don't get Beat warmed up. And those guys kind of need that. They need that ball movement. They need that involvement to get it going. And the problem is, if they're not scoring, they're not really gems defensively. And you see us getting blown out because we never get into a rhythm. Because CJ goes down, does his ISO thing. He's going to get his 20, 22, 23 points, but there's not enough ball movement. There's not enough assist to get the rest of the team going, right? The best thing I can say about the Hawks is the sum of its parts is better than the collective individuals. The only way they're going to win is through ball movement, fast passes, 3-point shooting, and then getting back on the defense. And we can't do that right now with CJ because A, he doesn't pass the ball enough, and B, it's like he's playing ISO ball. But those are my thoughts. What are yours?
Oh man, well, I know that as far as like with the Hawks go, they're kind of close to the average as far as like with their assist total. They're at 29.6 in the last 5 games. They're normally a little bit at like 31, 32. And believe it or not, that little bit can be a difference, as crazy as that may be sound, but it can be. And ultimately, I'm looking at the ball movement when he's on the floor. It does seem more stagnant. It does seem more one-on-one. And I know that he is a shot maker. He's also a ball handler, a secondary playmaker. But he has, if you look at cleaning the glass, at what he's been doing since he's been on the Atlanta Hawks, he has the highest usage rate now on the team already. And you already had a ball handler. His name was Jalen Johnson, and he was growing into that role and had been evolving into that role the entire season, which is another reason why the Atlanta Hawks were okay with pulling the trigger and getting rid of Trae Young, as well with his contract. So the problem was defense, the problem was contracts, and the problem was, some shot selection, shot making, etc. But it's still early, but right now CJ is not necessarily fitting what the Atlanta Hawks want to do.
Yeah.
And Quinn Snyder is going to have to figure that out on how he's going to implement CJ McCullough within this offense moving forward, because the Atlanta Hawks are in danger of slipping out of the play-in altogether. The Milwaukee Bucks is nipping at their heels, and the Atlanta Hawks are already in the 10th seed, and they're on a 4-game losing streak now. But also, just back to CJ McCollum, his assist, him being assisting passes and helping facilitate the offense within a facilitating offense, an offense that's number one as far as assists. He is not passing the ball. He is not facilitating. He has a below average or just a low ranking when it comes to getting others involved with the ball. And it's been hurting. It has been hurting. Now, I can't say that about the Bucks game. The Bucks game was just overall a team terrible shooting, 1 for 22. They didn't hit their first 3. CJ McCollum hit it, by the way. They didn't hit that first 3 until 27 seconds left in the second quarter. Yeah. So and it's the worst field goal percentage in NBA history in a half.
Yeah, but I you have to get guys involved. Like my biggest, when the Hawks are playing their best, it's let me drive in here. Oh, that guy's in the corner. Oh, let me pass it to him. Oh, let me see somebody else. Oh, in the corner, 3, bam. and you get 3 or 4 guys going, that's hard to deal with. But the thing about most 3-point shooters, they're like running backs. You got to give them the ball, right? If you're ISOing, you know what I mean, and the whole first quarter, and then you just throw it to a guy in the second quarter, he's not really warmed up. You got to. It's just I just don't think CJ fits what we do. And again, I could be wrong.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you have volume shooters again. Like, okay, check this out. So you look at Crisper, right? What does he do best? Shoot.
Yeah.
Same thing for Kennard, right? And you arguably this season you can say the same thing really for Vit Krejci. And I'm happy about Vit emerging and as a better 3-point shooter and being able to be confident as well. But all of those guys have to get touches, and all of those guys also share something else in common. They're not good defenders.
Right.
So you have all these guys. Okay, if they're not going to be good defenders or they're subpar, you have to at least get them going on the other end so they benefit and they're showing some kind of value. Otherwise, you just got bad lineups out there just getting taken advantage of night in and night out.
Right.
So when you're not moving the ball and those guys are not able to be involved, you look at it. Before the trade, in the last 2 weeks, Luke Kennard was starting to come on.
Yep.
He was starting to come off the bench, knocking down threes, get double digits. It was a span of 6 games. Yes, 6 games of when Luke Kennard was averaging in double digits.
Yeah.
Because he was coming off the bench. They were finding him. That lefty was shooting. Vit Krejci, what would happen? He was getting into rhythm. It was getting to the points where you have some games, Vit will get into so much of a rhythm. He'll come off the ball screen and he'll just automatically just turn around and just shoot.
Yep.
And knock it down.
Yep.
But again, these are volume shooters. These aren't, so we got microwaves. We don't have guys that just come off the bench and yarn and all of a sudden they just scoring. Everybody can't be Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Right.
We'll one of those. That's the only guy that I see on the Atlanta Hawks that can literally come off the bench or can literally just start off and just automatically just start scoring.
He's been awesome, by the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. He has been outstanding. I did not know he was that good, but he has definitely catapulted this Hawks team. And I just think that, to be honest, I really feel like we're releasing McCollum. Now that's me. That doesn't make me right. But if he can't fit what we need him to do, then maybe we need to cut down on his minutes. Like he's affecting the team in a negative way. And the Hawks are only going to win one kind of way, right? Like you said, we don't have a lot of bigs, so we can't bang with people. You know what I mean? We need to be up by 10. We need to be jacking up threes. We need to be building the lead so that when they start to, we're going to drive or we're going to do this, we can withstand that. We're not going to be able to just drive into the paint right now. We don't have that kind of team. We need to move the ball around and shoot. And we're not doing that. And Robert Blackman is 100% right. We need a point guard who can distribute the ball and get others involved. Like when Trey was going good, and I personally think the issue with Trey this year, Trey's just hurt. I think he's still hurt. I think it's probably going to be the better part of the year before Trey gets back to Trey. But that means
they can't sit him the entire season though.
No, I get it.
A lot of eyebrows, so they got to figure.
They got to figure it out. But I mean, hey, that's But what I'm saying is, when Trey was Trey, he did a great job of knowing when to distribute and when to score. Hey, I got to get this guy involved. Let me pass it. Let me do that. I just don't see CJ doing that. And the other thing is, when CJ is on the floor, there is confusion. You don't see guys doing the spacing. Like when Nickeil is on the floor, the spacing is great. The ball movement is great. It's all
with him.
Yes. When CJ is the point guard, it is chaos. And it descends into, okay, we're just going to isolate and let CJ do his thing. And that's fine if CJ can score 50 points a night, but CJ ain't that CJ anymore. You get what I'm saying? So,
to be honest with you, CJ always was a Robin. You think about it with him and out there with Portland. He wasn't the main guy. He was the guy that they went and got. Like, okay, you go help Dame.
Yeah.
So anywhere that he's been, he's not necessarily been the guy. He's been, a guy that that can fill it up, a guy that that on the offensive end, he gonna bink a little bit, especially in the younger days. CJ will bink it, step back three. But now, so he's in the latter years now, and he still has that capability and ability, but it's not like that. And the thing about it is, you cannot have this man up here just being discombobulating the team. I understand that he has to work his way in. Yes, I get it. But at the same time, I've been watching it, and everybody's numbers are going down. The communication on the court is going down. It is confusion out there, and it's not just because of you got a new guy. The new guy has the usage rate that is highest on the team already in 5 games, and Jalen Johnson's numbers have dipped. Everything. Jalen Johnson was averaging nearly 24 points, nearly 11 rebounds, and almost 8 assists. Now, as far as the assist goes, he's still around in that area, but everything else is going down. Do you know Jalen Johnson is a 15, 16-point player per game now played? Now, I credit some of that of, he has to be the number one guy, and he was pushed out there to be the number one guy. It's a difference when knowing that you're the future compared to knowing when you're the guy.
Yeah.
And he came into 2025 knowing that he was the future, and 2026 within the same season, now he's the guy. Now guys are going to game plan for you and try to take you away in the best things they do.
Right.
I think teams are okay with Nickeil Alexander-Walker going out there trying to score 40, as long as Jalen Johnson don't have 30, 20, none of that stuff like that. They feel like they've done their job because we already have seen it. Nickeil doing heroic. I'm talking about heroic plays. He's out there putting the ball in the basket, but he's not getting that same support like it was. And it's hard. And it's hard not to say before the trade, because before the trade, everything was happening. Before CJ McCollum was on the team.
Yeah.
That's basically my point. It ain't got nothing even to do with trade, because Trey wasn't playing.
Correct.
They were trying to trade. But now with CJ McCollum on the team, everything has gone down. It's discombobulated. And the thing about it is, it's got to be fixed now, because it's January. In a minute, you're going to be at the All-Star break, and then it's the back half of the season. And it's like, what you going to do? Barbecue a meal do. And all these different things going on too. Now, look, how do you feel about this situation with Zachary Ricochet and Kristaps Porzingis? They've been in trade rumors, but they also been on the injury report. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I really don't believe in coincidences like that, fam. And it's just like both of y'all at the same time.
Yeah.
And both of y'all be reevaluated in a week. And in that week's time of that reevaluation, which is never a guarantee about anybody coming back. But in the reevaluation process, you think about it. All you got to do is just say, we're going to reevaluate you in another week. But in another week, it's going to be February 5th. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be around the trade deadline. So it's like, are you guys keeping these guys fresh for somebody else for a deal or something in particular?
They could be.
And I'm going to give you another point to this, T. Will. Guess what else you got? Zach Lowe, NBA writer and an accredited person, he came out just straight up and said, hey, Giannis is still a situation that's being monitored. And he said, and he named the Hawks first as one of the teams that are still interested in possibly holding on to assets, holding on to cap space, just in case to see if they can acquire somebody like Giannis. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you look at that, look at the fact that we need a big man, because Onyeka Okongwu for the last season and a half has been out there fighting for his life. And I give him credit. His credit. He has been fighting for his life.
He's been great, man. I look, that 3-point shot and Onyeka has been deadly. I love it, Onyeka.
I love it.
But that's honestly against guys that are 7 feet. That's tough way to make a living, man.
He's still too little. One thing about that is, I feel like that will extend.
Not to cut you off.
What we
Andrew
got?
Jones is in the Hall of Fame.
That's what I'm talking
Yes.
That's what I'm
Yes. Praise Jesus. Thank you, God. Dad,
78.
wherever you
I
are,
see it.
I know you're happy. I know you're happy.
78.4%.
Yes.
You need 75 in order to get in, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yes.
with 78.4%, Andrew Jones is officially HOF Hall of Famer. 10 gold gloves in a row, man, with the Atlanta Braves. This is absolutely awesome.
Yes.
Absolutely awesome. I know the things that happened back, 2012. At the end of the day, we all pay for those things. But now, Andrew Jones is a Hall of Famer, man. I absolutely love it, man.
Hey, man, let me tell you something.
I love it.
First off, hey, Dad, I love you. I know you're happy. I know you're happy.
That's what
I'm so excited, man. I think my dad referred to Andrew Jones as the second best center fielder he'd ever seen. We'd have an argument because my dad would say Willie Mays, and I would be like, "Well, Dad, I didn't see Willie Mays play, but I see Andrew Jones play every night." We go back and forth. Let me tell you something, man. I'm so happy for him right now. And you know what? Dale Murphy deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. So if anyone out there is listening, Dale, if anybody deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, it's Dale Murphy, but it's not his night tonight. Andrew Jones, 10-time Gold Glove winner, 10 Gold Gloves in a row. Let me tell you something. Andrew played shallow, but I believe me when I say Mr. Greg Maddux, Mr. Tommy Glavine, Mr. John Smoltz would not be who they are if they did not have. Well, I'm not going to say that, but they wouldn't have as much as success as they did if they did not have Andrew Jones. Andrew Jones played in shallow, Chris, but he could go back on the ball with the best of them. He would take away little short dunk singles, but he would take great routes to the ball, and he was so good it looked like he was lackadaisical. But it's not that he just didn't have to go as hard as everybody else because he read a ball perfectly. And what I mean is, let's say you got a ball that's hitting the gap, right? Let's say that
cruising over there.
You got it right, but you got to take it. You got to go 60 degrees in a certain line to get there, or you can take a circular path and run harder. Andrew Jones ran perfect routes to the ball. He was perfect at that, right? He probably took away more home runs in that 10-year period than anybody else. He is the greatest center fielder that I've ever seen. And Chris, I'm just super happy for Andrew Jones because he deserves it, man. I'm gonna shut up now. Just give us your thoughts. I'm gonna shut up, but I'm just super happy for it.
Oh no, man! I ain't gonna lie to you. I share the same happiness that you share for Andrew. I know for me, watching him coming up, I was more so like a kid, still, understanding the ins and outs of the game when I first seen Andrew Jones. I'm talking about back in the 90s now. So I'm still trying to learn what's going on. All I know is I see this kid just hitting home runs and throwing balls out of Yankee Stadium and all this other stuff like that. And I was just like, man, who is this guy? He's gonna play, for our team. It's just. I'm just very, very happy, very, very ecstatic that Andrew Jones, one of the guys that I grew up watching, one of the best center fielders. I ain't going to take away from anybody else, but definitely one of the greatest center fielders that I have ever seen, do it. Definitely 12 years in Atlanta Braves uniform. And he didn't just, do things with defense. I mean, he still had nearly 400 home runs in a Braves uniform, 10 gold gloves straight, by the way. And Andrew Jones, man, it's just like for a long time, you just knew pretty much what Michael Harris is to this generation. That was Andrew Jones really times 10, because I know Michael is still working his way up. But the thing about it is Andrew Jones even himself says that he likes Michael Harris and what he brings to the game defensively, because it does remind him of him, coming at it the right way. So, yes, man, Andrew Jones again. This guy had over nearly 1,700 hits as an Atlanta Brave as well. And again, man, just that defense, you just couldn't. He'll steal bases, he'll get walks, anything that you needed Andrew Jones to do is just overall as a player. I believe that Andrew stepped up in the big way for 12 years for the Atlanta Braves, man. So happy for Andrew. Very, very willing, deserved. And that defense, again, defense not only wins your championships, it'll get you in the Hall of Fame. So,
hey, man, let me tell you something. I remember that play. So they're probably, I'd say, 4 of the greatest plays I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of great center field play. I mean, I first off, Chris, we both love the game of baseball. I think it's a game passed from father to son, and we both love the game. And but I remember Andrew Jones, the night he made that Spider-Man catch. I've never seen anything like it. All right. Now, to give you guys the degree of difficulty, the most difficult thing to do is to run with your back, okay, to the stadium, to run with your back turned and track down a ball. That is in other words, like a wide receiver, that is the most difficult thing, because a baseball doesn't travel like a football. It moves left, it moves right, and you got to be able to track it. All right. And Andrew Jones is running with his back turned, hops up, jumps on the wall with his feet. He left a print. I think he tore a part of the wall.
Yes.
I'm talking about the Spider-Man catch.
Yes.
With his back, right?
I got the bobblehead.
Hops up, catches the ball, brings it back. I've only seen maybe 2 catches that are better than that. And one of them was obviously the Willie Mays catch. And my dad is somewhere going, I told you, son. I told you Willie Mays was better. But that's the Willie Mays catch in the World Series, where he literally has his back turned and he catches. But the best play that I've seen, even better than Andrew Jones, is a guy named Jim Edmonds, who's running with his back turned like a wide receiver, and he dives on the dirt facing away and catches the ball with his back totally turned. Now that's the greatest, in my opinion. That's the playing center field myself. That is the greatest play I've ever seen, because the degree of difficulty is just truly something. But again, Andrew Jones.
They say they want center fielders. I got center fielders. I got you, Michael Harris right here. You center fielder. Michael Harris, right. You said something about old Spider-Man catch, right? You ain't talking about that Spider-Man.
There you go. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah,
love it,
sir.
Love it.
Yes,
Love
sir.
it. Love it. Love it.
Yes, sir. Oh, let me see if I can get that picture in there good. I know I got my background kind of blurred, but let me come this way. I'm trying to get it good. Either way it go, it's just a picture of Jones about to go fly into the wall.
That is one of the greatest catches I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, sir.
That the degree, again, having played center field, when you are running with your back turned, this ball can veer to the left, it can veer to the right. It is the most, and it's coming at you on a line. This thing is not a pop-up. It's coming at you on a line. That is one of the best catches I've ever seen. Andrew, again, in my lifetime, the best center fielder that I've ever seen. And he made plays. He made great plays on a nightly basis. Just man, phenomenal player. And I'm so happy that he made it. I'm ecstatic, man. Because
hold on, wait a minute. The man is talking.
Yeah, he is.
What's very close for me to be off the ballot.
Yeah, I'm super happy for him, man.
That's cool, man. Y'all turn to the MLB Network if you have it. Turn to the MLB Network. They're interviewing Andrew Jones as we speak. If you want to catch that real quick, you can before they get off. Because I just happened to look down and I seen. So I was like, "Hey, I know that guy. It's a Hall of Famer right there."
Yeah, man.
Love it, man.
Greatest center fielder I've ever seen play, man.
I'm glad they got it out the way early. I know we was kind of waiting for it. I know around 6:30 we was going to talk about just the Hall of Fame for the MLB all the way around. I mean, because no disrespect, and I don't want to disrespect a Hall of Famer because Carlos Beltran is also a Hall of Famer now as well.
That's
So far, him and Andrew Jones have been announced. Waiting to see who else will be announced, if anybody, because I know they were talking about. We don't know how many people are going in this year. So
no, I think it's just those two.
Ooh, that's tough.
I think it's just those two. Yeah, hey man, that's. Hey, I'm just glad our guy got in.
Absolutely,
because
hey, Auntie Pam.
Hey, Auntie Pam, how you doing? I'm glad our guy got in, man, because baseball's funny. Because to be honest with you, and I know Barry Lamar Bonds, did do the PEDs, but he is the greatest baseball player I have seen in my lifetime. Chipper Jones has said the same thing. So if you're thinking T. Will, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. This from Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones. Okay,
I got another one for you.
Brave.
Got another one for you. Greg Maddux, Mr. Ace, has said that as well.
Yeah, he's the greatest baseball player.
Greg Maddux said, he said, man, you got to get 27 outs. You got to pick them and know where they're coming from. It's not coming from with him.
No.
He's not one of those outs. So you got to pick your spots.
I'm happy our guy got in. Huh?
And speaking of Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Bobby Cox, those are just some of the names that Andrew Jones is now joining in the Hall of Baseball Hall of Fame for the Atlanta Braves. Yes. So I'm really happy. Yeah, happy for this man, John Smokes. So that's what's up, man. That is what's up. I expect the Atlanta Braves to be doing something special for Andrew Jones. I'm expecting some kind of special bobblehead, some kind of special Andrew Jones night. I'm already Braves. I'm pretty sure y'all got time. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and work on a few things. This is a big moment, Hall of Famer. And so, hey, man, that's what's up, though. That's a great thing.
He revolutionized the position, man. He was responsible for the evolution of the position because he was the first guy that I seen that played so shallow. So a lot of those singles that you just dunk in, they weren't going to get by with Andrew. But make no mistake about it, he could go back on the ball better than anybody I've seen. Because the most difficult ball to catch is the one that's hit right at you, but it's over your head. Because again, if you don't take a perfect line to it, you're dead. And Andrew was great at that. And bro, I know my dad is happy today. I know he is super excited. I can't tell you, Chris, how many arguments we had about Andrew Jones and Willie Mays. Oh my God, he loved Willie Mays. He was like, "No, it's Willie Mays." I was like, "How can you say that? I watched this man every night, Dad." And he was like, "Well, I watched Willie Mays. And Willie Mays was
Just real quick, even about even more. I just want to dive some more distance. I mean, because this is a big moment, so we're gonna segue back to the Hawks, but just even back to my guy Andrew Jones again. Like I said, the 10 Gold Gloves, that was from 1998 to 2007. 434 home runs, fifth most all time by a center fielder. Yep. Then you had also, as far as the defensive runs saved, I wanted to make sure I pulled that up because that caters into what we was talking about his defense. Yep. And again, being able to take so many hits away from guys. 235, all-time MLB leader amongst outfielders. You heard me? All-time MLB leader amongst outfielders.
Better than Willie Mays, Dad. Just saying. Just saying.
I threw you alley-oop, was T. Will.
I appreciate it. T. Will won, Dad, 938. But I'm gaining, Dad. I'm gaining. That's all you need to know.
Now let's talk about that 2005 season when he led MLB in home runs with 51.
50 home runs, right?
51.
Yeah.
128 RBIs, man. His career WAR is 62.7, which is ranked third amongst position players from 1998 to 2006. Now,
WAR far as wins above replacement to you guys out there?
Yes. Thank you, T. Will. Thank you there.
No
Thank
problem.
you. That's why you're there, man. Informative right there. But I have a question for you, Mr. T. Will, and I know you know about all these plays because you're a Braves fan and you're an Andrew Jones fan. So I have to ask, rank these four moments, 4-1. The 1996 World Series debut,
Mm-hmm.
the 50th home run season was, 51 home runs, that season, setting the Braves franchise record of all time, and also finishing second in NL MVP voting, just to get some context.
Okay.
Then you also got the 3 home run game, remember, in 2002 against the Phillies.
I remember that.
And then you have, again, the last one, the NLCS pennant winning walk in the 11th inning.
I was there.
86,
I was at that game.
So that's
in the nosebleed section. I mean,
yeah, you were there.
But I was at that game. Okay, so number one has got to be the World Series home runs. It was 1996, and I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Bro, I was a kid.
He hit not one, but 2 home runs in that World Series, and God dang it,
first 2 at bat.
Why would you throw him split finger pitches? We would have been up 3-0, Mark. Damn it. Anyway, great game by Andrew Jones. I mean, 2 home runs. The kid was 19. That's number one for me. Number 2 would be the 51 home runs. Okay. What a season. Number 3 would probably be the walk to get to because that was against the Mets in '99. And we went on to
Kenny Rogers.
And the Yankees kicked our, what?
Yeah.
And then what was the last one? Because it's the last one. But what was that?
The 3 home run game against.
Yeah, that would be number 4 for me.
Okay. I like it, man. I like it.
What about for you?
Shoot, man. For me, honestly, I gotta go. Now it's tough because I feel like you can be 1A, 1B with this depending on what you're looking for. But I honestly put the 2005 season first for me. Just him setting that franchise record. I didn't see that coming from necessarily Andrew.
Me neither.
Like I said, 51 home runs, nearly in that MVP. Like I said, finishing second in MVP voting. But because, what you still had to go up against guys like Mark McGwire and all that stuff. So, dealing with that. But also, you go into the second part of that. Number 2 with me would be definitely the 1996 World Series debut, being 19. And he broke Mickey Mantle's record, too, by the way, he was the youngest player to homer in the World Series. And he homered with bats.
Twice in that game.
Yeah, man.
And they were not cheap shots either. Like, he got all of them. That's really what, because, it's not like it was just like a little Punch and Judy's dink, and it gets over the left. No, he got all of that one, okay? He went yard, okay? He went Yahtzee. Okay?
Yeah.
Quote the great Kenny Mayne, bam, I am king of the diamond and all I survey. Like, I don't know if you guys remember. That's ESPN back in a while. And another one, I don't know what it is, but it tastes like chicken. Like, these were mammoth home runs, okay? And I just remember, Chris, like, who the hell is this kid? Who is this? Because I don't think he played that much that year in 96 that I can remember. That's like 30 years ago.
It was quite a long time ago. I don't believe he had a lot of playing time like that.
I don't think he did.
One of those things that he just got in.
Let me tell you.
He made do. And honestly, after that, really those home runs, you really can say the rest was history.
He was off to the races. You know what I mean? It just, dude. But I just remember, because again, those are mammoth shots. It's like you're talking 450, 500 feet shots. Not once, but twice. He got all of that. All of it. It's still going, probably. Yet.
Bro, listen to this though. This is what I did not know. In the span of 1998 to 2007, when he was winning those Gold Gloves, he was racking up a 24.2 defensive WAR over that.
He was the best in the world. Like he was but from 98 to 2007, he was the best in the world. He's best in the like you just don't hit it to center. Let's put it that way. Don't hit it.
Yeah, hit it anywhere but
don't do that.
And the next closest Hall of Famer to that was Scott Rowland. For those who remember that,
the Phillies. The Phillies, I remember Scott Rowland.
Third baseman. He was at a 15.1, and one of the greatest catchers, in my opinion, that's ever done it. Ivan Rodriguez was at 13.
Pudge. Remember that? What was that? Is that the Marlins? Where I think they were playing the Giants, and somebody tried to come home on a single, and they threw him out, and he ran Pudge over, but Pudge hung on to the ball.
Hung on to the ball anyway.
The Marlins, I think, advanced because that was the series-ending play. So, yeah, man, I love Pudge. Pudge was a great catcher.
Very reliable. Just a reliable guy.
Yeah,
so
I
always like Pudge Rodriguez, man.
Yeah, man. Andrew's but 434 home runs. A lot of people don't realize, 500 is automatic Hall of Fame.
Right.
So, 434 and that kind of power on top of the ability to basically take anything away. On a nightly basis, Andrew Jones probably took away 3 or 4 singles where anybody else in the league, that gets down. And the funny thing about Andrew is that because he ran such good routes, he didn't have to run hard, which initially when he started playing would piss Bobby off because Bobby thought he was loafing. And it wasn't that. It was just that he was that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where, somebody else might have to kill themselves to get to a ball, Andrew's there with time to spare. Okay, I'm waiting for it. Yeah, I'll get my cup of coffee. Okay. You know what I mean? He was that good. So, Hey, man, phenomenal player, dude. Phenomenal player. I'm ecstatic tonight. I know I'm going to be celebrating for Andrew.
Yeah,
sure. Man, just great. Just great.
I am definitely happy. And just like you said, because him and Beltran was the only guys that was able to get over 75% of the votes.
Yeah,
so
man.
those two guys are the only Hall of Famers for 2026. And good thing for Andrew Jones, one-time Silver Slugger, of course, 2005. Same thing for NL Player of the Year, 2005. Guess what? That Hank Aaron Award, 2005. Yeah. And of course, with that, 2005 was his best year. Of course, just to play spoiler here. But also,
remember that night Bobby took him out for loafing. There was one time Bobby did take him out.
He did,
and I don't know what happened, but he, because Bobby took him out in an inning. He didn't wait. He went out to make a change and then took Andrew out to make a point. And I don't think he ever had to do that again. But
he never had.
There was that one time. I don't know what Andrew did that day, but he pissed Bobby off, man. Speaking of Bobby, let me tell you something. That dude loved to get kicked out of games, man. That dude loved to get kicked out of games.
Yeah, he's just a guy.
Huh?
Man. I said, he's just a guy that you love to have as a skipper, man.
Man, let me tell you something. If you listen to those old Brave stories, they are hilarious. But you know who was quite the character that a lot of people don't know that you wouldn't expect? It was Greg Maddux.
Oh, yeah.
No, because I think there's one time Smoltzy tells a story and he's like, they asked Greg if the ball was a strike. Bobby asked him, and Greg was like, "Yeah, sure, totally." That thing was like a foot outside. So Bobby goes out there and gets kicked out or whatever. Greg was a little mischievous. You know what I mean?
Oh
Greg,
yeah, that's why it's cheap.
Greg was. I like watching those old stories with him. But yeah, Smokes was like, yeah. He asked him, was that a strike? And Greg was like, totally. Wanted the line through his teeth. Just, you know what I mean? Just goes off on the umpire and gets kicked. But it makes you feel good when you have a manager that just wants to see you win that much. That look, anything that's questionable, he's going to go and check the umpires. And I think that's what his players loved about him, man. So, you know, I know Bobby's up there in age, man. Shout out to Bobby Cox.
Shout out to him.
You know, I think he drafted Andrew. And a lot of people don't know this, but the Braves of the 90s, that 91 team, Bobby Cox actually assembled that team. He was the general manager that drafted Ron Gant, that drafted Dave Justice, that made the trade for John Smoltz. That he and Sherholtz worked together, but they built that team, man. So I'm just super excited, man. Andrew for me was like the last one. I'm hoping Dale Murphy gets in there because I really feel like he deserves it, Chris. I mean, you're talking about a 2-time MVP. You're talking about a guy that was for a 10-year period was really good. Now, he fell off after that because of injuries, but you can't really hold it against the guy for injuries. Like Murph was just a phenomenal guy on and off the field, and I think it's sad that he's not in the Hall. But again, this ain't Murph's night. Murph, wherever you are, man, praying for you, buddy. But
I
just
think he has to get like reevaluated or something like that, right? Because he's not even on the ballot anymore, right?
No, he's not. He's going to have to be. I think there's like an elder council or something like that where they look at those cases. But I mean, yeah, I think he will get in one of these days. It's not going to be anytime soon. And again, Murph was center fielder when I was a kid. And, you know, everybody that's my age or around that, when we played, we were either Dale Murphy or Bob Horner, right? Some of us were Rafael Ramirez, but most of us you were either Dale Murphy or Bob Horner. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But anyway, man, just Andrew, phenomenal talent, man. And again, if you look at a lot of the guys that like one year he had Chipper in left, and I think Brian Jordan in right, or maybe Klesko in right, and you know, neither one of them were, you know, I mean, Chipper was decent, but Chipper's really a third baseman. But I think Chipper was playing third base because we went and got Vinny Castilla for Chipper was playing left field, I'm sorry, because we went and got Vinny Castilla for third base. And I think he did that for like 2 years, which good on Chipper because a a lot of guys wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, no. That's Mr. Brave, you know. That's
man. But hey, man, dude,
I love that. I love the one thing that last thing I got for because I want to talk just a little bit more Hawks before we get up out of here.
Yeah.
But that game-ending dive that he had against I think it was the Expos. Remember, it was like Tom Glavine. It was like a game, and then he did like a full extension between that left and the gap
in Montreal. Oh, and God bless him.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That turf in Montreal ended a lot of careers, bro.
It did.
Because that turf back then, this is before a lot of y'all said, that turf back then, that was cement.
Cement.
Okay? You dive on that if you want to, buddy. Woo! And Andrew, bro, I remember that. Because when that ball was hit, I was like, and I think it was the end of the game. Didn't they have a runner on base?
It was the final out. It was the final
I think they had a runner on base, and I think they tied the game if this ball gets by him, but it's deep in the gap. And Andrew's like way over here. And when that ball's hit, I'm like, oh, there's no way, right? And then you see him making a beeline for it, full extension, catches it, and I'm like, how the hell did he catch it?
And crashes right into the ground, holds up the glove. I still got it. I don't care what nobody say. That man, get that man an ice bath right then.
I'm tell you something. That old turf was. Look, I'm just saying, bro. It ended many a career. Because the other thing about AstroTurf back then, you would get your cleats would get caught, right? And people would tear up their knees, and it was wear and tear on the body. Remember when the Falcons played the 49ers in 98 and Garrison Hurst went to plant and his leg got caught and snapped around like a whippoorwill? Yeah. That was that kind of AstroTurf. Sorry. So yeah, man, you're right. But hey, let's get back to these Hawks.
Yeah. But
what's the remedy, Chris? What's the remedy for these Hawks? What's the remedy? What are we doing?
Just finishing up with this, man, because I know we both really was on lunch break. So just finishing up with these guys, man. They have got, again, Quinn has got to figure it out. It is on Quinn. At the end of the day, it was never just about Trae Young. It was never just the Trae Young problem, I believe. I think the Atlanta Hawks had other issues going on, because other guys were not playing defense. Other guys are getting scored on. Some guys have regressed on defense, It's just, and again, you have no paint presence. I feel like that's the biggest issue out of everything. You would have big men, because Onyeka is not necessarily a big man, so he plays big for his position, for his height. But again, against a true center, he just can do the best he can, but it's not going to end well. It never has. So you had big men on this team, for example, if you had what Cleveland has, if you had Evan Mobley and possibly Jared Allen,
the land of the Giants,
right, being those deterrents around the rim, you probably would still want to keep, your point guard and franchise player, because you have guys that's around it that can still be deterrents. Even if guys get around him, it's like, okay, well, when I get to the rim, there's 2 or 3 guys that are 6'9" and above, or 6'10" and above, and they're waiting for me, and they have athletic ability. So again, it's personnel too. You got to think about it like that as well. And we do not have paint presence. We get smacked in the paint most nights. We get out rebounded most nights. And now it's getting to the point to where we're starting to lose our advantage. We're getting out and run and getting out in transition. Teams are starting to get out in transition against us.
Yes. that's what we gotta fix. That's what we gotta get fixed. But let me ask you this, Chris. Do you think that Anzi is an analytics guy? And I say that because I just don't think that when he looked at Trae, he thought that Trae would age well. I think that when he looked at it and said, look, for $49 million, he's not going to age well. Because Trae's
I can be better, T-Will. Let's keep it real. Anzi Saleh doesn't have to be loyal to anybody except for really and truly Asa Newell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just being, and of course, this future pick in 2026, wherever it falls, those are the 2 guys.
It's a top 3 pick, right?
Hopefully it'll be, in that area. But regardless, it's going to be in the lottery somewhere, because, of course, the Pelicans, every game that they lose, it better our chances. So I'm hoping that they just continue just to lose on out. Why not? You know what I'm saying? You got
Amen. Let's do it.
But but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't have to be loyal to Trae Young, though.
Would you send that pick for Giannis?
No. There's only
You wouldn't.
No. I'm gonna tell you who I get that pick up for, though. I'm gonna tell you who I get it up for.
Oh,
Anthony Edwards. That's who you give.
That's not gonna happen. They're not gonna.
You ask who I give it up for.
You're right. So you wouldn't give up the pick, then, is what you're saying, because he ain't gonna.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Because Giannis. Because one thing about it, I wouldn't give up a first rounder for Giannis. I didn't say that. I'm saying I'm not giving up next year's potential top 3, top 5 pick. Anthony Edwards. That's the only thing. That's the only player that can garnish that for me. Wemby. Let me see who else can garnish that for me. I'm just being realistic, because those
I
are.
Get it. You're just not going to give it up, because neither one of them are going anywhere. So.
But those are players you give up picks like that for. That's what
I would give it up for Giannis. Because if you could have Giannis for 4 years, we got a shot, man. If you get Giannis, that's a different conversation with these Hawks, bro. Contingent upon who you give up, right? Like if you could trade Porzingis and Zach for Giannis, I'm doing that deal all day.
But now you got two guys clashing in him and JJ. That's the only thing, man. And this ain't
bro, we have to work that out. We will have to work that out.
See, we have the coach that's able to work that out.
Well, you would know that. Yeah.
I'm just asking.
That's a Chris question.
That's because I'm just saying because you got two guys that do identical things, pretty much. You look at both of their games; they have differences, but they have so many similarities. Both of those guys like to get downhill. Both of those guys.
Why not play them both? Why not play them both, Chris?
Hey, I'm not saying that you can't, but as long as Giannis will be able to come in there and continue the ball movement.
Giannis is your center, right? Giannis is your center, right?
That's not a good thing, though.
Why?
I don't need Giannis banging with Zubac, saying twice a year. I don't need Giannis banging with Jokic. I don't need him banging with Cat, necessarily. I want to go get a center to do that and make it lighter on Giannis. And Jalen will have to play the 3. So honestly, his offense need to go up a little bit if he's going to play at the 3. Not saying he hasn't taken it to a new level, but it would still be just a few more things he would need to add or be consistent with. I feel like to play that 3 at a consistent level. That's all I'm saying. And some of that is going to have to be on the defensive end because there are some guys that can play the 2 and the 3 that can go. So you got to make sure that you're good on that defensive end too. It's not just the move.
Look, you'd know more than I would, but I'm telling you, if I could get Giannis and JJ, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'll give him a first round pick.
Because
I'll even give him a first round pick next year. It's just not that one.
I'm doing it. I'm gonna pick you. I'm doing it.
Yeah. I give you 2 first rounders. I give you 1 next year and 1 future. It's just you ain't getting that one. That's all.
Getting that one? Okay.
You can have KB, you can have Luke, you can have CJ too, but you ain't getting that one. That's all I'm saying.
Hell yes, you can have CJ.
Yeah. I give you 3 players and 2 picks, and I still
I'll help him back. You can have them, sure. Okay.
Man, that's
I'm
just
kidding, CJ.
Nah, I'm not. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I will give you all 3 expiring contracts. I'll give you a future first. I'll give you the back end first on next year. And I ain't gonna lie, that's gonna be the end of that.
Dixon Way says I'm tripping.
Yeah, man. Bro, that's too valuable. Like I said, at the end of the day, it like for example, even with Anthony Davis, if that was Pelicans, I'm about to lead the Pelicans now. Anthony Davis. That's the type of players.
I want Anthony Davis.
Right. I'm just saying, like, shoot,
Anthony Davis and Troy Anderson live in the same club.
Man,
they live in the same neighborhood. None of us play. They both have wings at Piedmont Hospital. Like you never see them. They're always on the injured list. So yeah, I wouldn't do that for A1. But damn it, if you give me the opportunity to get Giannis here, I'm taking it, sir. Yes, sir. And another. I'm just saying. That's just me. We ain't gotta agree.
I'm just saying.
I'm messing around and never become GM. Y'all better watch out.
Oh gosh, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna go ahead. You know what? I see T. Will in the GM office. I'm just gonna root for another team. Cause I already know he can get in there and just you finna get in there and mess up the whole. We're gonna have Giannis, we're gonna have Anthony, and we're gonna have a bunch of no names. I don't know who on the team. I'm like, who is this? I'm like, who is this? Dexter Paperback. Who in the world is that? We ain't gonna ever go nowhere. It's just I'm good, man.
We're gonna have Giannis. We're gonna have JJ. We're gonna have Nikhil Alexander. We're gonna have a shot, man. We're gonna have a shot.
Thank you, Dixon Way. Dixon said Giannis has 2 more years on his deal, and the last one is a player option. Yeah, bro, we can just really wait it out, to be honest. Eventually, Giannis may end up hitting the market because he's eligible for an extension in October, I believe. October this year, October. He's eligible for an extension. If he doesn't sign that extension, if he say, hold on, let's wait, man, folks gonna be blowing their phone up because that's a clear indication.
Yeah,
it's gonna be reverse Trae Young.
Yeah.
People gonna be blowing Milwaukee phone up.
Yeah, man.
About Giannis.
You said reverse Trae Young. You wrong for that, Chris.
No, I'm just saying what it is.
You wrong.
That's
you didn't have to do Trae like you wrong.
Trae like nothing.
You didn't have to do that. And John wants us to read his comment. He says, T. Will just wanted to say that people complaining about Stefanski, we could have gotten Grandma as a coach, and people would complain about Grandma as a coach. And he's right. People are going to complain. So, I mean, it is what it is, bro. You're right, John Brooks. But, hey, man. Hey, Chris, this was fun, bro. I got to roll, unfortunately. You got to go make the world safe. I got to make these donuts, people. Time to make the donuts.
Right now, man. Great show for sure, man. Tell the people where they can find you.
Oh, I just swallowed a gnat.
Oh,
oh God. Oh.
He did that on Andrew Jones Day, y'all. What's going on?
Right? Oh,
God. Oh, T. Will.
Oh,
that's that CJ McCollum bug right there, man. You got to get there, shake that out.
Oh, my God. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. You can see me at 4xATL Sports 1 on YouTube. If you're in do not clip this, Chris. Do not clip this. He's gonna clip it.
I ain't got to clip nothing. I just feel like somewhere Kerry already screen recorded.
And heaven help me if Debo sees, because I know he's gonna clip it. And he'll probably have a meme to it. I swallowed a bug. I swallowed a bug. That's gonna be Debo. Anyway, stop it, Chris. You're making me laugh. Chris, we gotta go. Stop making me laugh.
I'll just put my head down on the desk like he showed me back in the day. She said, "Put your head on the desk, sir."
Okay. I don't know what the hell happened. Okay. You can find me at For My ATL Sports 1. If you're into ATL Sports, hey, man, if you're into movies, For My ATL Movies 1. We do movies and TV. Also on One Time for the Fans. So, hey, man, Chris, thanks for having me. Everybody who joined us in the chat today, Dixon West, that's a ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go wash my mouth out with soap. Yeah. Anyway, hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Go take care.
Oh,
T. Will, boy. So you can find T. Will on the lily pad. And, good gracious.
Oh, man.
Yes. Yes, Mikey. Yes, Mikey. 25 is in.
Yes.
Very happy. Very
happy.
We're gonna go. Hey, man. Yeah, if you're into drinking, take a shot for Mr. Andrew Jones. And there you have it. That's all I'm saying. Just hey, man.
It's Mountain Dew, by the way.
Oh, I know exactly what it is.
It's not pickle juice or lily pad water, Dixon Way. It's Mountain Dew. Do the do.
You gotta see, like coaches, you gotta know your personnel. I knew as soon as you held that up with that one. You gotta know personnel, man.
Oh, yeah, you do.
But yeah, man, as for me, man, A1 Forever Sports, that's the platform on YouTube. Please come over, be a part of the A1 family. Love to have you. Also, same for the Hawks Digest. Love to have you over there. As me, Walter, and now Mikey. You know, I said, Dixon, wait, matter of fact, you know Mikey is mine. So we're all doing our thing now over at the Hawks Digest. He's starting to gain his footing. So y'all make sure that y'all come over there, y'all say hello to him as well. But yeah, man. Twitter A1 Forever, Instagram A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok. Like T. Will said, man, we got to get back to work, but we had to stop and catch up, do a show, and this was a great time to do it. Great show. Thank y'all to everybody who was in the chat. We'll catch y'all on the flip side on the next show. We'll try to get some more people in here. And till next time, y'all, peace and blessings to y'all, and we will out.
We'll see you.